little disclaimer before the next little disclaimer. This is episode 2 of Struggles of Creation Deep Dive. I will be doing a insider edition where you can focus more on me. So this will be a yapping session moving forward. I will be going back to the two hosts, but currently I do want to do this myself so you can understand more of where I'm coming from with this series and franchise. With that being said, let's go ahead and start the video. Oh my God. Hi, guys. Okay, so quick little disclaimer. I'm going to be doing this in the format of like a podcast because I talk a lot and I was just like, I'm not going to have time to edit all of this because I do a lot of yapping. So I'm going to cut it up as best as I can and really like explain / answer a lot of questions that you guys will constantly send me and basically ask me regarding the story, the franchise, how do I make these characters, why do I keep on adding a disclaimer every video, like da 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 da. So to answer the first question, it's pretty simple. How I learned how to write and create all of these characters so quickly is because of the coin method. I learned it from multiple different sources, like the creator for Abbott Elementary, Quinta Brownson, and this thing that I did in high school. It really did help me to create and craft these characters so quickly and so fast. And that's how I keep them so consistent throughout every little iteration or every time that I announce them in videos or stuff on TikTok or whatever. Their question that I got was, how do I craft these like powers? How do I make sure everything is in the same universe? How do I keep it all consistent? Best way to explain that is by basically saying everything is connected via the gods, whether that be magical trinkets, mutations, aliens, humans. They're all connected to the gods because the gods created everything in Struggles of Creation. So woven in the franchise that it's the literal name of the franchise because it all came from these 3 little books that either is out or will be out. Volume 1 basically explains the cosmology about how the universe came to be. It focuses on this group of pantheon of gods. One of them I can name. His name is Lunhelio. He's the god of the sun, moon, and stars. He also has other aspirations that he has dominion over, like artistry and like stuff like that. But well, like I was saying, these stories are connected to the gods. The characters are connected to the gods. The worlds are connected to the gods. Even when I was talking about one of my favorite characters, I have a lot of them. Like, I literally love each and every single one of my characters because I just love designing and creating them. Eventually I will get a better artist to draw them because my art skills are good, but they're not great. But like I was saying, one of my main characters, she's indigenous and trans. Her name is Snowflake. Snowflake has the ability of manipulating different forms of ice, not temperatures, but just ice in general. And one of the cool things about Snowflake, her powers came from this, like, I don't really use the word demonic because I don't really have those in my universe. It's more so just like creatures that are low vibrational is what I like to say, because in my universe, everything is and everything will be a frequency. It all comes back to like the wavelengths of water, but it's really weird. That's what I have this for, to explain it all. To what I was saying, Snowflake, her abilities come from this low vibrational spirit known as Frostbite. Frostbite gave her her abilities. In return, she would struck vengeance or justice upon such and such. And that storyline does get reused somewhat in my story universe, mainly because it happens frequently more than you think. But Snowflake, he's from this this group of entities known as the Kozas. The Kozas are basically the opposite of what the gods are. They're the opposite of pretty much everything that would be considered good. However, everything truly is neutral. He's extremely low vibrational. However, he's neutral, meaning he can be either way. Where I got this idea from is mainly from Christianity, but it's not like the main sides of Christianity. It's this theory that even the angels are neutral themselves. Nobody is truly good. Nobody's truly evil. Everything is neutral. The same way that a demon can be what we would consider to be good, so can an angel be the opposite. Because remember, it's just a very intricate concept that I wanted to add into my universe to really draw out that imagination. I don't know if that's the right word. Like a very imaginative like structure. But to sum up everything without like yapping too much, the Kozas are low vibrational beings. Most of them are. Like they have a neutral format, but if I'm being honest, they're just low vibrational. Like they were made from the goddess of chaos, so let's be for real. They're low vibrational as low vibrational can be, if I'm being honest. Okay, this is question 2. How does the cosmology of my universe work? Okay, so the best way to break it down without spoiling too much is it's set up into 4 different parts. You have the elder gods, you have the supreme deity, you have the pantheon gods, and then you have the lower aspiration gods. The lower aspiration gods may include a character by the name of Stenea, which you're familiar with, Catastros, and etc., etc. And then you have the pantheon, which includes gods like Lunhelio, Kanoa, characters like that. Pantheon, or the main pantheon, only consists of 4 deities, with the exception of 1 more, and then the aspirations join them later on. And then, of course, there are the primordials, which you have Enoscil and Baron, who are the only known primordial gods currently. And then, of course, you have the one supreme, which is their English name would be probability, or the deity of probability. I'm not going to disclose more information but that. You're just going to have to wait and see when you read the book. With that being said, let's continue to answer the rest of the questions. And now we have finally made it to the portion where I now talk about where I want to go with this franchise. The best answer this question, I would just like to say that with this franchise, I hope to create movies, comics, and more books in regards to struggles of creation as a franchise. I made this franchise diverse on purpose so that everyone can find a little niche within it, and I will continue to add more characters to make it more diverse because I want everyone to feel as though they are within it or that they can find themselves within it. However, with the main 3 books, hopefully you can find some type of connectivity within them. But the comics will definitely be the area that I will expand on their stories and expand on the universe and on a like subatomic level. And the movies is what I eventually hope to create as my way of really bringing out this franchise, because that's the career path that I want to go personally. And if I can one day have my stories become on the big screen and I'm actually like the writer of my own movie, that would be like a true dream. Hopefully that sums up everything regarding the franchise. Just to clarify, the reason why I do disclaimers in regards to it, because things change over time and I don't want everything to be set in stone. However, the books are the only thing that are going to be set in stone. All other things in regards to characters, stories, storylines, different parts of the franchise moving forward is not going to be consistent unless you see physical proof of it being such. With that being said, I think I'm gonna wrap up here because I've already like talked enough about this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful franchise. I truly hope that I can continue to do so much in regards to this universe and watch it grow and expand, become something great like Marvel or DC, or even Impound, or just have my own universe via movie or comic or books. I'm going to continue to do what I can, and I thank each and every one of you. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it a lot. I was kind of like yapping a little too much, but hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. I'm just trying to give as much creativity out to pretty much everyone. With that being said, like, subscribe, follow. I have a lot of different social medias, but mainly they're all the same username, so you can literally find me anywhere to an extent. But with that being said, I am gonna go. Also, I will be uploading a video about crucifix after this video, so be prepared for that. With that being said, like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.